Good morning, children. This is session 3 of A reading from first unit, that is the snake and the mirror. Have you done your homework, children? Have you finished your classwork? Write the glossary and summary of A reading in your classwork. In today's session, I am going to explain you the vocabulary and grammar part. All of you open your textbook. Open page number 8. Check under vocabulary session. So what is that? Tick the correct meaning of the words underlined below. I am just reading. First one is, the house was not electrified. So whose house was not electrified? The others. What is the meaning of not electrified? Check the options. Which one is suitable? Option A is correct. There was no electricity in the house. Second one, the earnings were meager. Meager means very small. As the doctor just he had started his medical practice, his earnings were very small. That is called as meager. Option B is correct. Third one, I also possessed one solitary black coat. He was describing his room, right? He was having some clothes and shirts, dhotis. Along with that, he was having one solitary black coat. Solitary means single. What is the meaning of solitary? Single. Option A is correct. Fourth one, I made another earth-shaking decision. What is the underlined word here? Earth-shaking. Earth-shaking means what? Important decision. What was the earth-shaking decision taken by him? He wanted to get married. So option C is correct. What is the fifth one? The room was surrounded by darkness. Surrounded by means encircled. Option C is correct. Sixth one. Some thief had removed most of my things. What is the underlined word here? Removed. Removed in the sense stolen. Let us see the next bit. Read the following sentence from the text and notice the underlined word. One table has been given here, children. Do one thing. All of you open your dictionary. Check out the meanings for all these words and write here in your textbook. Is it clear? Turn the page. Use the linkers in the given box to complete the story. A linker may be used more than once. See, children, linkers. Linkers are used to combine the sentences. Linkers are used to combine the sentences. So just I am going to read the paragraph. Everybody read along with me. A young doctor lived in a village. The doctor told his friends an interesting story about himself and a cobra. It was hot summer night when he opened the door. So which linker you have to use there? When. Already some options are given in the box. Check out those options once. As if, but, who, when, which, so, why. So which one is suitable here? When. When he opened the door, he heard a sound which was well known to him. In the second blank, what we have to write? Which, because we are talking about sound. So which was well known to him. He and rats shared the same room. There was no electricity in the house. There was no electricity in the house. So he took out a box of matches and lit a kerosene lamp. He took off his clothes and lay down, but he couldn't sleep. He took off his clothes and lay down, but he couldn't sleep. He got up from the bed and started reading a story book. Near the table, there was a mirror, which tempted him to look at himself. He was unmarried, so he was particular about his handsomeness. He wanted to marry a woman doctor who had plenty of money and should be fat. While he was having such thoughts, suddenly he felt when a rubber tube had fallen to the ground, when a snake landed on his shoulder. At the time, the only thing he could do was to pray to God. The snake would bite him at any moment, but suddenly it turned its head and started admiring its beauty in the mirror. The doctor was thus saved. So like this, you have to fill the blanks by using the linkers. I am going to describe what are linkers exactly now. Okay, so let's see the next bit. What is that? In the page number 11, see that. Now combine the following pairs of sentences using the past perfect and simple past tense. So there are some sentences given. What you have to do? You have to combine the sentences by using either simple past tense or past perfect tense. Simple past tense. What is simple past tense? Simple past tense is used to describe the things that are generally happened in the past. For example, I went to Goa. Just I went to Goa. Here we are not mentioning the time or period. Just I am giving you the information. So when I went there, either 1 year back or last month or 10 years back, that particular information we don't know. Just I am giving the information I went to Goa. That's it. So to describe about the things in general, we use that one, simple past tense. Okay, and next past, what he said, past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is used generally here if we are expressing about two actions. If we are describing two actions, that too, if one action is just taken place after another action, in that situation we use past perfect tense. For example, when we had reached the station, the train had left the platform. When we had reached the station, the train left the platform. Like that, if we are describing about two actions, the continuous actions, we use generally past perfect tense. So here some linkers are given. So what was the question here? He is saying that use after, before or when as linkers. So what has been given in the textbook? You have to use the linkers here, after, before and when. These three linkers you have to use and combine the sentences. As I already told you children, linkers are used to combine the sentences. So by using linkers, we can combine two sentences. So these words after, before, when are called as linkers. We have more linkers. So like that you can say so that, to, although, even though, besides, and all this comes in spite of, despite of, all this comes under linkers only. As of now in the textbook he told you to use the three linkers. So let us see how to use those linkers. So one example I have written here. See that she started to go to market. It rained heavily. So what are the given sentences here? She started to go to market. That is one sentence. Next sentence is it rained heavily. What we have to do now? By using any one of these linkers, we have to combine these two sentences. That means we have to make it as one sentence. So let us see how it can be done. So I have written here like this. See, when she started to go to market, comma, it rained heavily. When she started to go to market, comma, it rained heavily. Here children, this comma is also very important. Here if you observe here, we wrote full stop. But here I wrote comma. Because here these are two sentences. These are two different sentences. That's why we have separated these two sentences with full stop. But here we made them into a single sentence. That's why here we have separated this with the comma. So that is very very important, children. Please keep this in your mind. Whenever you combine the two sentences by using any linker, we have to write comma. And here I have used this one, when. So when she started to go to the market, it rained heavily. See, if you observe closely, the meaning of this is one pattern and this is another pattern. We can think like that. Both the patterns are same. Both the meanings are same. I can tell it in two sentences or I can express in a single sentence itself. Both the meanings are same. But just we are combining and making it as single sentence. So linkers are used to combine the sentences. Always remember, children, while combining the sentences, you have to make sure that the meaning should not be changed. Understood, children? So let me give you one more example. Let us see another example, children. He completed his homework. He went to bed. There are two sentences, right? He completed his homework. He went to bed. So how to combine these two sentences? Let's see. So we can combine these sentences by using before, like this. Before he went to bed, he had completed his homework. Before he went to bed, he had completed his homework. So we can say like this also by using before. See here, children, this is first sentence. Actually this is first sentence and this is second sentence. But if you observe here, I wrote this sentence here. Okay, this became first and now this became second. So no problem, children, we can write in either way, but the meaning should not be changed. We have to take care of that. So here actually which action took place first? This one is first action and this one is second action. That means this action took place before of this action, right? That's why I wrote this one. Before he went to bed, he had completed his homework. Before he went to bed, comma, he had completed his homework. So we have to see which action comes first. Here this is first action and this is second action. That's why before he went to bed, he had completed his homework. Like that. Let's see one more one. I locked the door. I went out to play. I locked the door. I went out to play. Here also same thing. So this one, I had locked the door before I went to play. Here also which action comes first? First he locked the door. Later he went out to play. This action is the first one and this is the second one. So that's why. See here, I had locked the door before I went to play. Here also you can write like this, children. He completed his homework. He had completed his homework before he went to bed. That one also correct. So these linkers either we can use in the middle or at the beginning of the sentence. Linkers can be used in the middle, okay, like this, or at the beginning. But we have to be careful which action comes first. And here if you observe, I have used had. Why means already we have discussed that this was given in past perfect tense. These are given in past perfect tense. That's why. So like this, you have to use linkers while combining the sentences. Now let's see the second bit, that is phrasal verb. Let's see phrasal verbs now. What are phrasal verbs, children? Verbs followed by prepositions are called as phrasal verbs. Verbs followed by prepositions are called phrasal verbs. See, for example, take. Take is a verb and off is a preposition. So verb followed by preposition. So this comes under phrasal verbs. See here, phrasal verbs will have the different meanings. Okay, so generally, for example, we use this word, right? Don't give up. Don't give up. Give up means what? Never leave that. Don't leave anything in the middle. But if you check the meanings of the words differently or else separately. Give up. Give up. So is that the meaning of give up? No. That means here if we combine one verb and preposition, we are getting one different meaning. If we combine one verb and preposition, we are getting one different meaning. So those type of combinations are called as phrasal verbs. Take off, give up, look at, okay, set up. All these comes under, even get out, get in, all these comes under phrasal verbs. So some examples are given in your textbook itself. Just I will read the meanings of all those phrasal verbs. Open the page number 11 and see that. Take out. Take out means to remove something from inside. Set up, to arrange for something to happen. Take off, to remove. Lie down means to take rest. Take time off, to take some time for something. Look into means to observe keenly. Look at, to have a look at something. Look at yourself in the mirror, like that. Get up. Get up means to wake up. Get up means to wake up. Change into. Change into means turn into. Leave behind. Leave behind means leave something as a token of memory or gift. So you know the meanings of these phrasal verbs, right? So there is one paragraph. Read that paragraph and fill in the blanks and fill the blanks with those phrasal verbs. Do it as homework. Okay. Now let us discuss workbook part, children. Everybody open your workbook. Open the page number 28. In that comprehension has been given, children. Look at that comprehension once. Comprehension means one paragraph, one or two paragraphs will be given from your textbook. That means from the lessons. By using or by with the help of that paragraph, we have to answer the questions that follows. Okay. So here yesterday I have like explained you the lesson, the snake and mirror, right? So there are some questions. One paragraph is given. Read that paragraph once. It was a hot summer night about 10 o'clock. I had my meal at the restaurant and returned to my room. I heard a noise from above as I opened the door. The sound was a familiar one. One could say that rats and I shared the room. I took out my box of matches and lighted the kerosene lamp on the table. So who is I in the passage? About whom we are talking? I means who? I means the doctor. What is the answer? The doctor. Second question. What was the familiar noise? What was that noise? The noise was of the rats. Okay. So the familiar noise was that of the rats running around his house. Third question. Why do you think he lighted the kerosene lamp? What do you think? Why? We know this answer, right? He lit the lamp because as there was no electric connection, as there was no electricity, he lit the lamp. Okay. Next. Do you think the doctor was rich or poor? Do you know this? Is it given in the lesson? No. Actually, directly it has not given, but we know that. And according to the lesson, he is rich or poor? He is poor. How can we know that? We know that he had just started his medical practice and his earnings are very meager, and just he was having about 65 rupees in his briefcase. That's how we can understand that he is poor. Next. Like that you have to, so 4 questions are over. Like this you have to answer the questions. So the same exercises are given in your workbook itself. Let us see those paragraphs again. See the next paragraph itself, in the page number itself, like in the page number 28, open the page number 28 and do second bit as homework. Its second bit is your homework for today. Page number 29 also, reading and comprehension passages from poem that is unseen. So in examination, unseen passages also will be given. Actually this comes under paper 2, children. So this one actually unseen passage. So read this passage and answer the questions also. So page number 28, page number 29 and 30 are homework for today. Read all those paragraphs and fill here itself, in the workbook itself, fill the answers. And next one also, open page number 32. So there are passages given like fill in the blanks. I can write under grammar section. Under grammar section, I can write, there are paragraphs, fill in the blanks. You can do this. So this is also homework for today. So page number 28, 29 and 32 are homework for you people. Okay. So tomorrow let us see the writing part from the textbook as well as workbook. Thank you.